I love free stuff. And JSAUX sent me a bunch of their Nintendo Switch 2 accessories to check out. So thank you so much to JSAUX for sending this little Nintendo Switch 2 care package. We have a bunch of accessories to check out here, but first, they sent me a little card behind the scenes of Switch 2 accessories, and this just kind of goes over everything that we have inside of the box. I feel really honored to be called a media partner, like that's so cool. In any case, I guess we'll go like biggest to smallest here. First off with the JSAUX multi-mode thumb grip set for Switch 2. So these appear to be thumb grips for your Joy-Con 2 controllers. So inside we have some installation instructions. Step 1, lift the edge of the joystick cap. Step 2, place the joystick cap onto the joystick and then flip down the edge of the joystick cap. Step 3, adjust the joystick cap so that it is centered over the joystick and fully envelops it. So here is my Nintendo Switch 2. We can pop off the Joy-Con here. And now we can take these little thumbstick grips. I think this one in the middle looks kind of interesting. It's kind of raised and, you know, it's a lot bigger than the other two. So let's see how these go on top of our Joy-Con 2 thumbsticks. So as per the directions, we're gonna flip this inside out, pop it onto the thumbstick, and then kind of wrap it around there. Nice, very easy. We'll take the blue one and put it on the blue Joy-Con 2. It's very nice. Yeah, it like really stays on there really well, which is nice. And then, ooh, that's actually really cool. Yeah, so this particular grip gives you more of a raised thumbstick, which actually feels pretty nice on the Joy-Con. I'm honestly kind of surprised. This is actually really comfortable, and I think it makes it easier to use the Joy-Con 2 thumbsticks. Of course, you can try all of these different ones. Maybe if you're feeling crazy, you can mix and match them. But that is the JSAUX multi-mode thumb grip set. Next up, let's check out this JSAUX Joy-Con 4-channel portable charging station for Switch 2. This looks like a really interesting charging station for your Joy-Con 2. On the side of the box, it shows ultra slim profile, rapid charge, 4-channel, safeguard, and dual USB-C ports. Alright, so we get a USB-C to USB-A cable. And here is the actual Joy-Con charger. So we have a nice little product overview here, shows you how to use this. So we have 4 of these little slots here where your Joy-Con 2 can sit. And then on the back or the bottom, we have a USB-C port. So we can pop this open like this, and then we lay it down on the table, and it's a nice little stand to charge our Joy-Con. We can take the USB-C cable and plug it right into here. You get some LED lights on the bottom to show if the charging stand is on, so that's nice. We're gonna take our Joy-Con 2 controllers here, and now we can pop it onto the stand, like so. And they do fit in like really snugly, so if you have like a little bit of pull on it, it won't come out, but you can still like just pull it out like that. And you can see here on the bottom that the lights have turned red to show that my Joy-Con 2 controllers are charging here, so that's really nice. So I imagine if you have multiple pairs of Joy-Con, you know, you can just quickly charge them using this charging stand, so that's really nice. Next up here, we have the JSAUX tempered glass screen protector for Switch 2. On the box here, it shows HD 99.99% transmittance, ultra clear, 9H hardness, and scratch resistant. And of course, with the Switch 2, you know, being a very expensive device, you're gonna want to have a screen protector to protect the screen. I absolutely love when screen protectors come with an installation kit, so I love that JSAUX includes this because it is so stressful trying to get a screen protector, you know, perfectly aligned on whatever device you're putting it on. So it's really nice that we get some tools here to help us install the screen protector. We have 2 packs of these cleaning kits. We have a helpful little instruction guide and more paperwork from JSAUX. We also get a squeegee, which is really nice and helpful for when you're installing screen protectors. And then of course we get the 2 actual tempered glass screen protectors. So what do you say, let's actually install it onto my Switch 2 here. So first things first, we are going to completely shut off the Nintendo Switch 2. We can clean off the screen using the included cleaning kit. It comes with a dry cloth, a wet wipe, and a dust absorber sticker. So we're gonna go ahead and use the wet wipe to clean the screen first. Alright, and then we can use our dry cloth. And then we can also use our dust absorber to get off all of the excess dust. Alright, now as per the instructions, we attach the alignment tool to the bottom of the handheld console, just like that. We take our screen protector here, peel off the #1 release film from the tempered glass. So this just peels off like that. And then align the tempered glass with the bottom of the alignment tool and the edges of the screen, then gently lower it onto the console. Okay. I feel like I'm defusing a bomb or something. So hopefully that works. And then we get these air bubbles out, and we can also use the squeegee, which would help. And look at that! Beautiful tempered glass screen protector on our Switch to protect our Switch screen. And so now we can just use our Switch screen just like normal. It's always nice to have a really high quality tempered glass screen protector for your electronics, so that is awesome. Now we have some nice storage accessories. This is the JSAUX Shock-Absorbent storage case for Switch 2. On the side here it says kickstand compatible, comfort grip, separate Joy-Con protection, dock compatible, and holds 10 game cards. So that sounds awesome. What do you say let's open it and check it out? Whoa, we have a bunch of stuff here. So it all comes in individual pieces, and these are all like hard plastic pieces, so that's gonna be really nice once again for protecting your Switch 2. So what do you say let's put this all onto my Nintendo Switch 2 system? So these just align like that. Next, we can put our Joy-Con 2 into their respective little holders. And yeah, so everything just kind of lines up. So, you know, you have these little cutouts for the buttons and they all line up perfectly. So now we can attach our Joy-Con with the grips on them. And then we take this front cover piece. There's a hole on the top for the USB-C port, so you match it up with that. And there we go. You have a nice little storage case for your Switch 2. I think these grips are actually really nice for the Joy-Con. You know, it adds a little bit of like depth to the Joy-Con, so it makes it a lot more comfortable, especially if you have larger hands, I guess. And then also on this front cover here, if you look inside, you have 10 slots to put games, so that's really helpful. So that is the JSAUX storage case. And finally, we have the JSAUX colorful ultra-thin carry-on case for Switch 2. On the top here, it says shock-proof, wear-resistant, and large capacity. Whoa. I'm really excited for this because it's always nice to have a carry-on case for your Switch. You know, especially since it's a portable that you want to bring around, so it's nice to have a case. So here is the JSAUX case. On the top and bottom, it's red, and then you have this like blue accent around the zipper, which is really cool and interesting. I mean, right off the bat, I think this does feel like pretty decent quality. I like that it's, you know, it's a bit hefty. It doesn't feel like super thin, but you know, it's also not super thick. Inside, we have some paperwork, and then you get this little Velcro here that just opens up like that. You have 10 slots here to put games, which is actually really nice. And then on the top, you have these little cutouts for the buttons of the Joy-Con. So we can take our Nintendo Switch 2 here, we open up the Velcro, and then just, I guess, put it in here. It fits nice and snug in there. Put the Velcro over the screen, and then it just closes. Easy peasy. And yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 just, you know, sits nicely in here. You can hold the handle and just bring it around like this. So that's really nice. But those are the JSAUX accessories for Nintendo Switch 2. Once again, thank you so much to JSAUX for sending these over to me. I'll also be making Nintendo Switch 2 accessory videos on my main channel, youtube.com/ChaseYama, so make sure you're subscribed over there too. Let me know in the comments which one of these accessories you guys really want to get. For now, thank you so much for watching. My name is Chase, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!